Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. I'm sorry I missed you last week. Life gets ahead of us sometimes, and every once in a while we have to take little breaks, right? And it's been super nice here, so I'm trying to take advantage of that, walking the dog, all that kind of stuff. So my apologies for not visiting with you last week. But this week, this is a really simple one. This is super easy, simple, but completely unexpected. So as some of you know, I talk to groups occasionally about the concept, the idea of improbable joy. And that always is fun for me. I love doing that. I love sort of spreading this idea that we can find joy in really unexpected places. But this past week, I spoke to a group, um, um, a support group, and I gave my 25-minute presentation, talked about joy, my story a little bit about how I came up with the idea of improbable joy. I told the whole story, the whole spiel, blah blah blah. Well, when I finished speaking, usually there's some questions and things like that, and we opened it up and I answered some questions. And one guy in particular, um, he had just gotten out of the hospital not too long ago, and he's a really positive guy. He's somebody who he's not going to let life kick him in the butt. He just forges on ahead. I could tell that. I don't know him, but I could tell based on the conversation we had before I started speaking that that's who he was, because he was talking to the group before I started. But he said to me that after I spoke, I made him feel better. I know that sounds silly. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but the way he said it, and he said it with such conviction. He didn't say it to just sort of appease me and sort of a gratitude of, hey, thanks for speaking to us. I knew when he was talking to me that I made him feel better. I made him think about things in a different way. And so that was like joy, talking about joy, which I thought was kind of interesting. I mean, like I said, I always feel good. I always love speaking to groups, but that was something that I'd never experienced before. Like him throwing it back at me and me finding a way to get joy out of talking about improbable joy. So I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's simple, but that's the whole idea here. The whole idea is that it is simple. We can continue to be polarized. We can continue to define ourselves by the differences that we have, or we can find ways to be joyful and connect. And I just absolutely believe that finding ways to connect with people is so much more important, and holy crap, it makes life so much better. So if you're listening to this polarization in your world and all that, let it go for a little bit and look around and maybe see if you can't find some joy in something unexpected. All right. Have a great week, everyone, and love.